Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in and checking out this video. Appreciate you all so much, and stay tuned for more. Gonna keep on going and going. Ain't no stopping me. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So happy for y'all to be here. I had to give the bad news. In terms of my game picks last week, I went 5 for 9. It was my worst week of picking the winners that I thought were going to come out of last week's football and an NFL Week 10. So hopefully I can get redemption and bounce back. It's been a wild ride, and that was my worst week. But I'm ready I'm ready to bounce back. Let's do this. All right. If you're following along, let's kick it off. We're going to start with Thursday Night Football. Coming up, we got Washington at Philadelphia Eagles. Another great Thursday night matchup in division game set for us. We had a great game last week with Cincinnati versus Ravens. I picked Cincinnati. It was close. Great game, 35-34. Baltimore coming out on top. This week, I'm going Washington. I'm riding that train. I'm sure everyone is picking Washington. I'm riding it until proven otherwise, man. I'm riding that hot hand, Jaden Daniels. It's going to be a great matchup, great game. It's going to be exciting. The Eagles desperately need a win to have their playoff. I mean, they're definitely probably going to make playoffs, but to really help cement, they might even win the division. We'll see how it rides out. There's a lot of good football ahead of us. We're only in week 11. We got 18 weeks of football ahead of us. It ain't over. Let's go. Let's see who comes out on top. Now for the next set of games, we're starting at the 1 o'clock. We're going another in-division game. Big importance. Green Bay versus Chicago, fight in the NFC North. I'm picking Green Bay on this one. I don't have hope for Chicago, especially if they can't beat the New England Patriots. Even if they fire the offensive coordinator, that's not going to change or anything. So I'm not worried about it. I'm picking Green Bay. And Jordan Love, I think they're rushing him back. I don't think they should. I think they should ride with Malik Willis. But they're going to probably start Jordan Love. So we'll see how that comes out. Hopefully he stays healthy. And then moving on, we got the Las Vegas Raiders going against the Miami Dolphins at Miami. I'm picking the Miami Dolphins. You know, even though it's a short week, hey, maybe they keep it up. They beat the Rams, formidable team. Matthew Stafford, my boy on the wall. I mean, that's a big win. So they got some momentum going on, and they can make a run to make it to the wild card. So we'll see how they turn out with that, even though they have a losing record at the moment. But I'm going with Miami. I hope they too. I'm picking quarterback on that one. So whoever's lined up for Las Vegas is not going to be enough. You gotta love that Brock Bowers though. Then we got the Jacksonville Jaguars at Detroit Lions. Trevor Lawrence is not playing. Good for him. They're actually learning from the lessons last year. They need to rest him and not rush him back. So whoever they put in is about to get demolished. Darius Smith making his debut as a Lion. He's gonna eat. Gonna eat up. Let's go. Poor Jacksonville. Sorry, you're about to get grinded up. If Houston, we came back on Houston like we did, there's no chance Jacksonville's got a game unless we have another 5 interception performance, which is never going to happen. Now moving on, we have the Rams at New England. I think this is going to be tough, but I think the Rams have more to fight for, and I said that last week, and I was wrong, but I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to go with the Rams on this one because I love Matthew Stafford, and as long as he's playing, I have hope for him, and I think they can make a run to the playoffs. That defense is humming with the Florida State boys out. I think they're going to wreak some more havoc, cause some turnover. Drake May might not be ready for this. The O-line for the Patriots is hard to trust, so that's the thing. And the only reason they won last week because their O-line was better than the Bears' O-line, and that's not saying much. Then we have Cleveland Browns at the New Orleans Saints. I'm picking the Cleveland Browns. Let's go. Let's see what Jameis Winston got. You know, the Saints came off a nice victory over the in-division opponents of the Atlanta Falcons. I still think Cleveland, AFC opponent, they haven't matched up well against AFC teams. So I'm going with the Cleveland Browns on this one. Then we have the Indianapolis Colts. So it looks like they're starting Anthony Richardson and benching Joe Flacco. Big news. You know, we'll see how that goes. They're playing against the Jets. Let's see what happens. Anthony Richardson, you know, young buck playing against the Aaron Rodgers, who looks depleted. The team looks frustrated, especially after Quinton Williams. I don't know if anyone's heard, is making statements towards the fans, which as a player you should never do. I don't know why you're doing that. It's just not right, unless the fans were saying racial slurs, which was not the case. So I'm picking the New York Jets, even though I was hyping up Anthony Richardson's debut. I think they got something to play for, and we'll see how they come together. I mean, they're desperate. They gotta win now. They have to. And if they don't, it's just like that was the worst deal with the Aaron Rodgers. That was just a waste of time. And then David Devontae Adams, they brought in for nothing, really, if you think about it. So just bad all around. The Jets are just plummeting. So then we also have a great in-division game, probably the marquee game of the week. It's going to be Baltimore Ravens going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers just had an amazing win with Russell Wilson playing at the helm against Washington, and Baltimore just been Cincinnati. So they're both primed and ready. Both teams. This is going to be the game to watch. Honestly, I'm probably going to watch because I already know their Lions are going to blow out the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I'm picking, but if you're asking me my pick, I'm going Pittsburgh Steelers. It's going to be tough, but I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think Pittsburgh will prevail. I think Baltimore's been riding hot, so has Pittsburgh. But my thing, and I love both coaches, John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, and this thing, like, it comes out. I mean, Lamar Jackson is definitely way better than Russell Wilson. There's a lot of inventory. I can see anyone could pick anyone on this one, but I'm going with Pittsburgh on this one. That's just my gut feel. I feel like everyone's gonna pick the Ravens, so I'm going with Pittsburgh on that. And that's the thing. I gotta switch it up. You gotta to try to get 100%. It's hard, but I'm always shooting for it. You know, has it happened yet? Will it happen? It will. I know it. Moving on, we have Minnesota taking on Tennessee Titans. What a boring game. I'm picking the Tennessee Titans because I think the Vikings or whatever, especially their struggles against Jacksonville. So I continue up. Will Levis might make some noise. We'll see how that goes. I'm going with Tennessee Titans. Not that they have much to play for, but we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to go with Tennessee. Minnesota will lose some, win some. Like, they're not going to keep winning out. You know, they're not going to go like on a run or something like that. But they need to. Not really, but they can. That's the thing. We'll see how it all goes. NFC as a whole is weak. The 7 teams that are going to make it, I bet one of them might have a losing record. My guess so far. Or be at 500. Exactly. So that's how the NFC is operating. And then the AFC, it's hard as heck to go through. Then moving on, starting our 4 o'clock games, we got Atlanta at Denver. Denver's been on a losing streak. But each game, they are like right there on the wire, except for that Baltimore blowout. So I'm going with Denver on this. Atlanta's coming off a loss, so is Denver. But I'm going with Denver. I'm going with Bo Nix. I think he's got some it in him, and he can fight out. And the Sean Payton coaching acumen, I always believe it. So I'm going with Denver Broncos on that one. Then we have a big NFC West showdown. We have the Seattle Seahawks coming off a bye, taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And that's the reason. That's why I led with that. I'm picking Seahawks based on them coming off a bye. They should be able to win, and they should have enough game plan time against the Niners. Niners came off a terrible win, and I mean, you know what? A win is a win. But against the Bucks and how depleted they were, and they came off a bye, that was terrible to see. So I'm going with Seahawks, even though the Niners are full health. Let's go. Let's go, Seahawks. 12th man, you need to step up. Come on. Then moving on, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at Buffalo Bills. Can't the Chiefs. That's what I keep getting wrong. So if you've been picking Kansas City, you've been right this whole way. But I'm picking Buffalo Bills. They're going to lose. Kansas City's got to lose. They're going to lose. And then I know I said the other Pittsburgh Ravens is the game of the week. That's the game of the week at the 1 o'clock. The game of the week at 4 o'clock is that game. Everyone's eyes are tuned into that. I'll tell you what. And that's going to be a good game. Josh Allen against Pat Mahomes. Oof, like that is chef's kiss on the NFL schedule. Thank you, NFL, for scheduling that. Appreciate that. Picking the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen. Let's ride that hot hand. And Kansas City should have lost against Denver. So that's the thing. Buffalo crushed Indianapolis. I'm going to Buffalo. Then for our Sunday night prime time, they gave us a great game in Cincinnati at the Los Angeles Chargers. Whoa, you got Justin Herbert going against Joe Burrow, and they were in the same draft class. Woo! This week is so great on NFL football. It's going to be a fantastic time. Hopefully you all can be able to watch it and not be working. Let's see what happens. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals, not to get too distracted. Cincinnati over the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's go, Cincinnati. You got this. All right? Yeah, I mean, they came out with a tough loss with Baltimore. They could have won that game, but I believe in them to win this game. So let's go. Pig pumped. Let's go, Cincinnati. I hate picking Ohio. I picked Ohio for both teams this week, but I don't like usually doing that. But based on trying to get this right for you, I'll suck up my pride and do it. I'm picking Cincinnati over the Los Angeles Chargers, even though I love my boy Jim Harbaugh. That was a tough pick. Now moving on, we have Monday night. We got the battle for Texas. We got the Houston Texans against the Dallas Cowboys. I think we all know who's coming on top on that. CJ Stroud's going to bounce back after a hard loss to the Lions, and he's going to whoop that Dallas Cooper Rush. I mean, Dak Prescott's out for the year, so I don't have much faith for the Cowboys. If the Cowboys beat the Houston Texans, we all need to reevaluate the Texans, for sure. But I think Texans are going to come out on top, especially Michael Parsons with his comments and all that. And they're playing at Dallas, but luckily they're playing at night on Monday night, so the sun won't be an issue and won't be the talk of the talk like it's been on news radio this past week, if you've been following along on ESPN or NBC Sports. So, big shout out to them. I'm picking the Houston Texans to come out on top. And that is my game picks for the week for week 11. Hopefully I bounce back from my 5-9 record of last week in NFL week 10. We'll see how that goes. Definitely tune into my Patreon on Saturday for my NFL starts and sits. And then check out my game reactions on Instagram for the Lions playing football. It's going to be a great time, fun game. Definitely, I'm sure I'm going to be celebrating heavy in that game. So, we'll see how it all goes. Hopefully, I come out top. I think I'm pretty confident this week compared to other weeks. So, hopefully, that you do good yourself. And I appreciate everyone watching this video and spending time on my channel. Thank you again for all your energy used into me. I truly appreciate it. And I hope to see you all again. Thank you all, and I'll catch you later. Peace. Thank you all for watching this video. Please subscribe to get notified for all my future content that I will be publishing out on all the sports that are out there that I love and hold dear. The four meccas: baseball, hockey, football, basketball. Let's go. Pump, pump, pump. Appreciate you all giving me your ear and your time. Thank you all again for tuning in, and I appreciate all of you so very much. Please tune in next time for more. Let's go.